we go right into the Valorant Patch Notes 4.0. Alongside the new Agent Neon, a fresh battle pass and skin line, Patch 4.0 brings a few weapons from out of the shadows, tones down some others, and improves the melee. Wow. Bind and especially Breeze are reshaped in areas that should adjust the attacker-defender dynamic. We cap it off with a cap on the account level needed to play competitive. Hey, I have a cap on. Agent updates. Neon goes live. Weapon updates. Melee. The melee's been too tricky to aim with, making it tough to rely on. So we've updated both left and right click melee attacks for more reliable agent whacking action. Right click hitboxes are now 1.5 times larger. Left click hitboxes are now larger than a right click and have a slightly longer range too. Targets closer to the center of your knife attacks will get hit first, so you still have precision if you need it. Knifing walls will now have instant feedback when slicing up walls, predicted on the client side. Great. This is a good update. We needed this. The knives suck. If you've ever tried to knife someone, it's impossible. Now maybe it's a little bit better. I'm a little worried if certainly the hitboxes are not bigger than the agents themselves, right? I hope not. Otherwise, you might be able to knife people through the wall, or the stupid Astra knife through the Astra wall might be way like crazy. Spectre, hopefully a nerf. The Spectre's versatility makes us happy, but it was overperforming in long range engagements and was too powerful even within its intended close range and mobile scenarios. By making the accuracy error come in a bit earlier and switching jaws more often, we hope it will make it more difficult to get kills when spraying over a long range. Likewise, the close range trades will require more control to be effective. That could be good. Firing error occurs at earlier bullet stages. For example, instead of errors occurring at 4, 7, 10, they will now happen at 3, 6, 8. Sounds good. Not really sure what it means. We'll have to wait and see. Increased pitch and yaw, vertical and horizontal recoil multipliers when running, jumping on a sender from 1.25 to 1.5. Also probably good. Protected bullet count from yaw horizontal switching while spraying, decrease 8 to 5. Okay. While spraying, the time you have until you could switch yaws again is lower, meaning it can happen more often. Okay, so this just I don't really know. The numbers don't really matter to me. I mean, it looks like these nerfs are pretty big. The running gun's going to be harder. The recoil is going to be way harder. They said they don't want it to be too easy to control in close range and also in long range. So I think it's good. I think a lot of people that use the Spectre, though, at least when I use the Spectre ADS, when I use the Spectre for long range fights, I just ADS crouch and spray and just double headshot someone. So yeah, could be good. I think it's a good nerf. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but we'll have to wait and see. ARES. Alongside changes to the Spectre, we hope to improve the feel and power of the ARES and take it out of the shadow of other weapons in its price tier. Remove spin up, firing rates increase from 10 to 13. This is going to be crazy. There are some people that are insane with the ARES. So without a spin up, people didn't know how the ARES and the Odin both work, when you spray, your bullets, the speed of fire actually increases the more you spray. That's what the spin up is. Think about like an old school Gatling gun, I guess you would call it. I don't know if that's really old school, but you know, it has to like spin up, and then once it starts spinning and shooting, it goes faster and faster and faster. So the ARES we already talked about. The next one is Guardian. The Guardian didn't need the rate of fire penalty compared to its fully automatic counterpart, so we're removing it. Adding another bullet before it starts to get unstable should make the weapon feel much more proficient at tapping shots and improve its overall effectiveness in a fight. Removed firing rate penalty on ADS, so that's a buff. Which means, so if you didn't know before with the Guardian and you ADS'd, when you would shoot as fast as you could, the recoil would go kind of crazy. This just means it's actually a Guardian buff, and as somebody who uses the Guardian, this sounds pretty nice. But we'll have to see how it works. I'm excited though, because this could be a big buff and actually make it really good. A lot of times, like, you'd have to one tap with the Guardian, otherwise it would suck. So now making it so that there's basically no recoil on ADS spamming. That's kind of nice. I kind of like that. Bulldog. We're giving the Bulldog some love to help make it feel like a better buy in those situations when you might need a cheaper but versatile rifle option. That's pretty good. I actually kind of like the Bulldog. People don't like it, but hip fire rate increased from 9.5 to 10, so they made it shoot faster. Recovery on burst fire improved. Inaccuracy is accrued anytime weapon is refired prior to a complete duration of a weapon's respective gun recovery time. Lower recovery time should improve burst fire efficiency. This just means when you burst fire, if you would burst fire twice, there would be like kind of a crazy recoil. So now you don't have to wait as long for the recoil recovery, which again is good. So Guardian buff, Bulldog buff, ARES buff. Guns that don't get much purchases in the game, and a Spectre nerf, and a melee buff. So guns that don't really get that much use in comp or in pro even, all were buffed. That's pretty good. We move on to the map updates. Bind. So this is the before and after. So before, you got the double stack box here, pretty standard, pretty typical. Everyone knows about that one. Now they changed it to a pirate's booty boxes. This is now called pirate because there's a wheel. I think this is good. It looks like this is not going to be spammable either. So that's pretty nice. Makes it easier to attack. You don't feel you have another angle you can also jump up on and peek sight. I feel like going up short and just sit like everybody just keeps this one weight all around. Now you can't one way it anymore. This is too low of a thing. There might be a one way on like this side, but I like this. The double stack of cover at short A has been changed to remove a very powerful one-way. Oh, what do you know? Location that made the area a little too difficult for attackers to approach. Bro, there's a lot of rounds where it's just impossible to go short. Now it makes it a little less manageable, or a little more manageable. Sentinels will still be able to clog the space, but the new line should open a few options for attack. Yeah, because you can jump up on this box and jump this way. Or you can jump out, or you can jump in, or you can go up and jump into the TP even. It's not bad. I like this. I like this. This is good. All right, so this is the old one. Just a flat wall, nothing on it. Got this random little barrel here. And this is the normal one. And the update is this one. What this is going to do is it makes it so that peeking this angle as an attacker used to be death. If the jet was sitting like here, you're peeking the same angle every time, you're likely dead. The jet's up here, again, he's holding the same angle, or even on top of this box or on top of here. He's just holding that angle, you're dead. Even if he's holding like the same angle from inside of you or like outside of U-Haul, like you have no options to peek. You just run out and hope that they miss. Most jets in ranked do miss that. So now what this is going to do is it gives you another angle to peek and like jump from to clear short. So again, I think this is good. Now we move on to Breeze. So this is what it will look like before. Amen. You got just obviously the standard. And the new is this. So they made this extend out wider, it looks like to me. And I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think. Let's see what they said, why they did it. Increases the width of A main and removed 50/50s. Ah, I see. So there's not like I see what they did. So they made it so that coming out A main, you don't have to look both left and right, and it's a literal 50/50. They made it so that this one is way out here, so you can kind of creep out, clear the box, and then clear this one after. This is good. I like that. It removes the 50/50 when pushing to exit the K line. It's also that goes the other way too, because before when you would push in here as a defender pushing into A main, you'd have to clear left and right at the same time. Now it's like you can see it's deeper on both sides, so you can clear inside of shop, and then you can clear on this side too. And you probably can't spam this either, so this spot is actually like kind of safe now. Okay, the next one is, so this is what it looked like before. Not really anything, no cover. Once you swing from like this cave down here, you're just fighting. There's a million angles you got to clear. You can get killed anywhere. Once you're in this area, you're just stuck. There's no cover or anything. And so the new one is This one, so they're just basically adding a box so you can have some kind of cover. It's definitely a spammable box, but something is better than nothing. Provide some cover for attackers pushing the cave, also giving defenders more options for contesting the space. There you go. So we have, this is the old one. You got this triple box that you have like one angle you can hide behind, and people just throw mollies and shock darts and dart and sucks and stuns and everything at this box. So this is pretty much the only safe spot to play in the site. This site before, I feel like, was designed very poorly. There's like literally nowhere to play. It's really, you have to have like a jet and they have to go on top of the box or go peek Ivy or peek random angles that are super obvious. And so now you get a couple things changed. You have the box that was here before changed to like a double vent, which it looks like is not spammable. It's metal. So that's good. That makes this site easier to defend. They also obviously changed the triple box to a giant, big, thick yellow box. I think that's yellow. Maybe it's orange. I don't know. That you can also jump on top of. So there's way more angles to play here. And I mean, just for sake of ease, they extended this random little lip that's off here in the back all the way to here, and also extended the bomb site. You can plant all the way over here now. So planning for spawn will actually be, I think, way better. Because before, the only place you can plant is here. If people plant for spawn, they normally plant over here or here. This big, like, LED outline is the bomb site. So they changed it now. So you can plant all the way over here. It looks like you can even plant behind here now, which you didn't be able to before. If I'm understanding this correctly. Yeah, this whole pool is the bomb site. So you can plant in different spots than you were able to plant before. The post-plant meta of planting in these corners might be really good because this line might be real nice. Playing back here is going to be a super like common bomb site spot, and also a super common post-plant spot, I think, because it's pretty safe. So that's good. Really good, actually. Oh, they got rid of just the angle. So this is old mid, right? This is old mid, where it has this random little lip that you can sit and hide and you can't be spammed. And this is the new one. They just got rid of it. Nothing else really changed. I guess they made it so that if you end up going rat, there's nowhere you can go to not be spammed. Because some people will throw like a dart here and try to spam through this wall, and this spot you'd be safe. Well, you don't have that spot anymore. The lurking mid jet ops that cringe and sit in this spot and just hold mid forever. Well, you don't got that cover no more. So this is the before. Yeah, definitely the before. So obviously everything's open. You pretty much have 2 spots you can play when you're trying to hold B, maybe 3. You have anywhere on this lane, close or far. You have behind the pillar, you have behind the half wall, or you have maybe in this pocket, which is really a bad spot. I mean, you could play like way back here on like McDonald's, but again, I feel like both bomb sites were kind of poorly designed for defenders, which is why I feel like you kind of had to run Viper. This bomb site just way too open and doesn't have enough spots to actually hold from. If you've ever played a match on Breeze, you'll know the 5-man Breeze Suka B rush where they just hold W and run at you with every ability in the game. You're dead. You really can't defend it. So you pretty much had to play Viper here. And so now the new one, wow, they closed it up a bit. There's a lot of spots now you can play. They added a random box here, which I imagine is for the attackers to plant easier. They closed off this backup site as well to give you a whole lot of space to be able to play behind. Post plants look like they're going to be better. They added this box. Not really sure why. I guess for some kind of cover for getting spammed. I think it also blocks off the line for McDonald's to op into here. I think you can only off from this side. It looks like there might be a line you can hold, but it's kind of a buff for both attackers and defenders, which I think is good. Like you can see, it kind of sucks both sides. Honestly, it sucks attacking into the site, and then it sucks post plant. Now this kind of doesn't suck so much for the post plant, and it doesn't suck so much to be able to defend against. So I like these changes. I think they're good. Probably needed to come with the when the map shipped, but I like them. Looks pretty good. Door on A can no longer be reactivated until it is finished opening or closing. I like how they just randomly throw that one in there too. So this means a lot of people default would play stairs on A, right? Now, sorry, the reason you'd play stairs on A is because if anybody goes halls and they open the door, you can instantly close it. The door's closed. They can't come through. If you're playing stairs, that door, you're Hodor. You're holding that door. They are not coming through that door. Now, when they open the door, you cannot just close it on them. It's opening. It is. That is an opening right there. So that'll be interesting. It used to just be you just play guys stairs, they can't come through halls. Now it's like you're not safe from stairs.